you might not be able to see me, but I am here. So, my first advice for the younger generations, because of what I'm doing right now, and I mean every word I say, listen to me. Don't do as you see me do. Listen to what I'm saying here. So, my first bit of advice is never smoke. Never smoke. Do not smoke at all. Alright. Now we're going to get into it. So, this advice is for the younger generations out there. I don't want the younger generations to be like me. I want all younger generations to be better than me. So, you don't want to be turning freaking 40. You don't want to be turning 30 even. You don't want to be turning 30, 40, 50, and not have anything to look forward to or show in life. And looking forward to things is more of an internal thing than an external life-building thing. You don't want to be 30, 40, 50, 60, or dead. You don't want to be all these ages. You don't want to be older. You don't want to get older and not have a car, not have a driver's license, not have a house, not be stable. If you're smart, you'll listen to these words and pay attention actually, and don't do as you see people do, but listen to wise people in your life. So you don't want to grow up and become 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, not have a car, not have a house, not even have a driver's license, don't have no life insurance for your children, not have no backup plan for when you pass away for your children. You don't want to be none of those ages and have none of that set up. Trust me, you can listen to me about this. And I don't care if you like me or not, but listen to me about this. I know firsthand experience. I'm telling you from experience here. You don't want to grow up not having nothing. Just living your life and fucking off, basically. If you were smart, after you leave high school, after you graduate high school, you will get a job. Whatever job you can get, not go to college and spend and waste money. Get a job first. Work that job for a couple years, 2 to 3 years at max. By the end of it, you should be 21 years old. Worst case, 22. What you'll be doing in those 2 to 3 years is you'll be building your money, building your credit, building your wisdom in life too, and experiences before you go into college, if you want to go into college at all and waste your money there. I wouldn't do that if I were you. That's just my personal opinion. You can do whatever as far as college goes, but I wouldn't go to college and pay for no bunch. I know from the stories I hear of the people who have went to college and spent a bunch of money and now they owe a bunch of money. Well, it didn't benefit them. The people that have benefited more, people who started their own businesses, did trades, them are the people who have benefited more in life, not the people who went to college and got these huge degrees and now they're just smarter than everybody and that's it. Because they don't have a job in the exact field they wanted, it's hard to get one, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, if you were smart, you would get a job. Whatever job you can get, try to get a job you want to get, try to get a shift you want to get. But get a job. Work that job 2 to 3 years. Build your credit. Learn how to build your credit. Find somebody who knows about credit, because it's one of the most important things in life today is credit. And you're going to need it, and you're going to need to learn how to build it. So you start with your job. You start building your credit. Obviously, after you get a job, you get a place, you start learning how to pay your own bills, and you become independent in life. If you were smart during this time period, you will not, and I mean absolutely not, go into a love relationship with somebody where you are going to be distracted completely from building your life and your credit and your resume and everything, building everything about yourself trying to advance in life by focusing on somebody else and what they're doing. And trust me, when you're young, you're focusing on exactly what they're doing, because you are when you're old too. But when you're young, you focus more. You're more worried about where they are. You're more worried about what they're doing. You're very distracted. Texting, blah, 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 calling, just to find out where they are. And I've seen people leave their jobs to go see what their girlfriend's doing and lose their jobs. I'm telling you, don't get in a relationship. Wait, or at least just do light dating or something. I don't know. I just wouldn't get into a relationship if I was anybody, honestly, for those 2 to 3 years. I'm not talking about the rest of your life, because there's a difference from being alone and being lonely. You can be alone in this world and not feel lonely. Trust me on that. It happens every time I'm out in the forest. It's better to view a beautiful sunrise, sunset, waterfall with somebody else, but you don't have to feel lonely out there. Loneliness comes from the expectation of others, the expectation of wanting somebody else in your life to better your life, and then being disappointed when they don't. You can be around a freaking 100 people and feel lonely as fuck, trust me. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely, so differentiate them too. Find your, them 2 to 3 years I'm talking about. Why am I bringing this up? Because you ain't got to be lonely in those 2 or 3 years. You can be lonely with a lover, trust me. They don't spend time with you. They don't appreciate you. They don't, what's that word I can never think of? Neglect you. They neglect you. And you feel lonely while you're with somebody. So there's a difference between being alone and loneliness. And don't let that loneliness word distract you from benefiting yourself in life, because you benefiting yourself in life is going to benefit the people you love and care about. If you have nothing when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, you can't help nobody. You can't help none of your loved ones, the people you care about, the people you can't do nothing for. And you sit there and you watch everybody struggle, and you're miserable all the time because you can't do nothing to help nobody. You're stuck in your little loop. And the only way to beat that is to do what I'm saying. Is when you're 18 and you get out of school, get a job, work that job 2 to 3 years. Focus on building your credit. Focus on building your bank account. What I mean by that is have an actual savings account, because most people can't. Most people, not everybody, most people can't even afford to put a deposit or whatever it is. What is that? A down payment on the house when they get their first loan. So you need to start saving money, because getting a house is very important if you want to have a lover, you want to have a family, or just you want to have your own stuff and be independent. And I'm promising you, being dependent on other people and expecting other people to help you out, or hoping they're going to help you out, or if you don't have a driver's license and you can't get to work, well, trust me, you are not the most important thing in people's life, and you can't expect other people to put you above them and make you the most important thing in their life, because at some point you're going to find out you're not. Regardless of what they tell you, regardless of what they're saying to you, you'll find out that you're not. So it's just best to be independent as much as possible in this messed up world we live in, where people don't even want real relationships. Women want to be independent, respected women. They don't want families or relationships anymore, and that's fine. You can want whatever you want in this world, but a lot of us do. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just trying to give some advice to the younger generations out there. That's all. But if you're smart, you won't get into no real love relationship. You'll get a job. You'll focus on building your credit. You won't go into no college right away. You'll focus on saving money. And then you'll get a house. And after you get that house, you'll have payments on that house that are less than the rent you were paying before. And you'll be able to save a little bit more money even while you're paying for your house. And you'll just do better off in life if you just listen to that little bit of advice right there. That tiny little bit from the time you turn 18 to, just hopefully one day the entire world is wise and actually, like the older generations actually teach the younger generations what life's gonna be like. Because I know when I was growing up, I didn't have nobody teaching me nothing. I had people handing me beers and cigarettes and weed, and man, I'm fucked today from it. It ain't because of them, it's because of the choices I made after that. I continued to make those same choices I'm about to right now. But like I said, don't do what you see. Don't do what you see me doing here. Do what I just said, and you'll have a much better life. You can believe it. Don't smoke. It's the first thing I said. Absolute first thing I said in this is do not smoke. Don't follow what I'm doing. I have nothing. I don't have a car. I don't have a house. I don't even have a driver's license. I have nothing to leave my children right now. Trust me, you don't want to be like me. Don't smoke. Get a job when you turn 18 and get out of school. Start building your credit. Find somebody who cares enough to teach you, because your life depends on it more than you'll ever understand. The pain that you will feel when you are 30, 40, 50 years old, probably not when you're 30 because your frontal lobe won't even develop by then, so you won't even give a fuck, to be honest with you. But being 30, 40, 50, having nothing, man, you want to cry every night because you feel like shit. Because it's because of you. Every choice you've made has led you to right where you are now. Nowhere. So please listen to me. You know, I really care. I don't care about anybody out there that I don't know as a person, but I care about our younger generations actually being able to support themselves in this world and to be independent people and to not have nothing when they're older. That's all I want. That's all I wanted to say. Have a good day.